Hello and welcome back to the Scotti-BYTE channel, and this is Scott. So today we're going to talk about self-hosted streaming. You can broadcast your own content with live streaming options from YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and Twitch as examples. This creates a one-to-many broadcast stream experience equivalent to a radio or TV broadcast except over the internet. Unfortunately, these public services are in control of your streaming and can audit and even disconnect your broadcast stream. I am going to describe some basic tools for streaming and streaming control. So, there are several streaming protocols. Services like YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and Twitch use something called Real-Time Media Protocol, or RTMP for short. Open Broadcast software, commonly referred to as OBS Studio, is an open source application used to attach and record media or to stream your media live. In fact, right now, I'm recording this on OBS Studio. OBS provides dozens of streaming target options in its streaming menu. Owncast is a self-hosted live video and web chat software for use with broadcast software like OBS Studio. An instance of Owncast allows you to live stream your own content under your own control to your audience without reliance on an outside streaming service. We are going to create an Owncast server and connect an OBS Studio live stream to it as a demonstration. So in order to install Owncast, in my environment, I created a LXD container and installed Owncast on it. Owncast can be installed from a simple script provided by the Owncast project at this address. The installation script is on that page, and it's a simple curl script. I've looked at it. You can take a look at it too. It's pretty straightforward. So here we are at the terminal prompt, and this prompt up here at the top was my Lexi host, and so I performed this command from our previous videos talking about how to create a Lexi instance on the on my untagged LAN so I can project this onto my network. And so I created this instance, and this instance is running at this address. And so then I connected to the BOSH shell, I added myself a user account, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a user mod -a g sudo Scott, putting Scott into the sudo group. So now that I have a user account, I want to SU over to the user account Scott, and I'm going to execute the curl script. And now the curl script has been executed. So the next step we want to do is cd into the Owncast directory. And do a /Owncast. And that should have started the web interface, so we can go to our local address and connect to the Owncast instance. So here we are at the 172.16.1.231 port 8080 /admin that they said to go to. Of course, your address may differ. And I hit enter. It asks for a username, which is admin. The initial password is going to be ABC123, which is what the default stream key is. I click sign on, and we're at the web page. We're going to come back down here and do a Control-C. So now we want to do a sudo /etc / sudo nano /etc/systemd/system, and we're going to create a file which I've already created called owncast.service. So owncast/service, I'll put these in the notes. You're going to want to change your working directory to wherever your working directory is. Mine is Scott. And we build this file. Once we do that, we can say sudo systemctl enable owncast.service, and then systemctl start owncast.service. And as a result of doing that, we can come back in here and see that the service is up and running. As one final test, we'll do a reboot. And we go back to our prompt here. I'm going to do a lexi exec to owncast again. Reconnect to it. I now know the server's up and running. I'm going to go back here and repaint the screen, and it's still up and running. So that means that we have the service automatically starting when the lexi container starts. To allow users to reach our Owncast server outside of our network, we need to be able to create a reverse proxy for that. So I do an IP-A or IP space A, and you can see that the address for my own server on my LAN is 172.16.1.31. And behind the scenes, I went ahead and went into Nginx Proxy Manager, created an HTTP entry for 172.16.1.231, and the forward port is 8080 since that's what they told us that it takes. Now that I've done that, I should be able to come up here and say owncast.scotti-BYTE.com, and there it connects. Now back at the admin panel, we're going to type in admin, and we're going to type in ABC123 admin ABC123, and we're reconnected to the admin panel for Owncast. So they give you a stream URL here, and they also give you a stream key, and the stream key is the stream key that we have set up ABC123. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go over to configuration and go to server setup. In server setup, you're going to want to create a better stream key. So ABC123, what we're going to say is ABC123. We can name it anything we want, of course, but I'm just putting the same number in there. Under general, you can name it whatever you want to name it. So, for example, we can have this thing be called Scotti-BYTE Owncast, or Scotti-BYTE livestream. So you can name it whatever you want. Then your stream URL, in my case, is going to be https://owncast.scotti-BYTE.com. So you can hit update on this, and you can hit, well, we should have hit update on the first one, https://owncast.scotti-BYTE.com, and click update there. You can put anything you want in the welcome, anything you want in the logo, and there are lots of other settings. So in any case, let's go off and try to use this now. So in order to use this, all I really have to do is come up with some video sources. So in OBS here, I have put a couple of video sources of the cameras around the house. And then all I have to do is make sure my settings are correct. Under stream, again, we have the RTMP, owncast.scotti-BYTE.com/live. Down here in the stream key, it's ABC123. And I click OK, and then I can say Start Streaming. So if you open up a web browser, or your users open up a web browser, and they go to your address, owncast.scotti-BYTE.com, they will be presented with a play button here, and they can start playing the stream. So if you open up a web browser, or your users open up a web browser, and they go to your address, owncast.scotti-BYTE.com, they will be presented with a play button here, and they can start playing the stream. And the thing is that's going to be redundant because it's going to keep playing, and the reason it is because I kind of have a loop on myself, and so when you're doing it outside your network, you're not going to have that problem. So I've stopped the stream. If I come back in here and I go to owncast.scotti-BYTE.com, you'll also see, now the stream is offline down here, you'll see there's an option up here to change your name. It'll pick a name otherwise, so I can just say Scott. And then in the live chat, I'm Scott. If you click on this little ... up here, it opens the chat. And this is the way that all your users can chat back to you while you have your live stream in progress. In summary, we installed Owncast from a simple script to a LXD container. We created a DNS name for our Owncast website and also made an entry into Nginx Proxy Manager to point the DNS name to the local server address at port 8080 so that users could connect. You also need a port forward on your router for port 1935 to your Owncast server, which is required for RTMP streaming. And we configured the stream settings in OBS Studio to point to our Owncast streaming server. And finally, we ran a test streaming session for some cameras. Owncast can allow you to live stream any video content on your network independent of any streaming service and allow you to interact via a text chat window with those watching the stream. Anyway, thanks for coming by today, and please subscribe and like to the channel for more content. We'll see you next time.